Welcome to the Elevating La Cultura podcast, a space where I talk with Latinas who are passionate about what they do and are willing to share that passion with others to change the narrative, especially for the next generation. Each season is centered around different topics, but all with the Latina perspective. Welcome to season 11, where I'm talking all things finance. I'm so excited to share these powerful conversations. So vámonos, and let's get into it. Bienvenidas to a new season. We are back. I'm Karina, host of the Elevating La Cultura podcast. I just wrapped up season 10 at the end of last year, right before the holidays. And I'm excited to come back with a new season and a lineup of amazing stories that I hope will resonate and inspire. Now, before I get into the episode, I was out of town this weekend with my daughter, and of course, I came back with a bit of a cold, so excuse my voice. I'm taking all the vitamins and drinking all the teas to get my voice back at 100%. Okay, I just wanted to preface my raspy voice before getting all the way into the episode, and you guys were like, what is going on with this audio? Anyway, that is it. And it's like I feel fine except for this dang sore voice. And it's not even sore, like it doesn't even hurt. I just lost my voice. How? I have no idea. I wasn't even talking that much. Anyway, let's get into it. Now, we are only a week away from January 20th, and it has been a week, if you know what I mean. In talking with my amigas and community members, it's felt like a whole week of what on earth is happening to, yep, I'm not surprised. We knew this was all going to happen. But honestly, I didn't think all of this would happen so soon into a new presidency. After this past week, there's just a lot of uneasiness, fear, and sadness. And I want to acknowledge these real feelings and tell you I'm right there with you. But we will continue to be a safe space where our voices are heard, our community continues to be lifted, and collectively we share in our expertise, our resources, and our connections. If you're new to listening or haven't listened to the past 9 seasons, welcome. I'm going to go through all the seasons, so if one topic sparks your interest, you can skip to that season, or you can binge listen to all the seasons. Season 1, I launched in 2021. And features entrepreneurs. Season 2 highlights the health and wellness space. Season 3 is with educators. Season 4 focuses on artists and creators. Season 5 is a mini season where I share more of my personal story. Season 6 highlights the food and culinary space. Season 7 showcases creatives. Season 8 showcases my corporate and higher education jefas. Season 9, I launched in honor of my other business, Latina Brilliance, and highlights jefas building and pouring into their community. And Season 10, that I just wrapped up at the end of last year, shout-outs amazing nonprofits. Each season elevates different stories, but all with the Latina perspective. We all have passion in our areas of expertise, while also pouring into the next generation. And I love to give amazing jefas the platform to share their stories, wisdom, and advice. This season, season 11, is going to be all about finance. Now, let me tell you what inspired this season. I'm usually inspired by one thing, and then that inspiration ends up being supported by other conversations and other people that I meet. So let me just back it up a little. This past October, I attended FinCon, a finance convention. My good friends, Adriana and Jasmine, hey guys, are in the finance space, so they attended FinCon in 2023. And they were like, girl, you have to attend next year. And I was like, but I'm not in the finance space. They were like, it's fine. There's lots of business info that you'll take away too. So I'm the kind of person that's like, I'll just show up for my friends. So I'm like, okay, I'll go and just be there to support you guys. I'll take behind the scenes for you, and I'll just be there for moral support and to hang out. But let me tell you, once we got there, I looked at the lineup of workshops and started attending, and for real was blown away by the info I received. And I felt so welcomed by the community. There were Latino finance groups that I was added to via WhatsApp, and we met up for lunch or dinner or just to hang in between workshop sessions. It was so fun to meet other people and also to see my friends in their element. So this event got me thinking about finance, obviously, but I met someone there who was about to launch a book. And I was like, I'd love to chat on the podcast with you and bring more info to all of you, my listeners. So that's where this podcast season began. And since then, I have heard more and more people talking about how they want to learn more about generational wealth and how to understand their own finances. People have a desire to shift their mindset about money. Many of us, first or second generation, have been or have parents that have been taken advantage of by salespeople, bankers, and finance professionals. The skepticism is real because the stories are real. So many of my peers are wanting to really understand their finances in order to set the foundation for financial freedom and generational wealth for their families. It takes courage to shift the narrative for your family, especially when many of the adults around you might be sharing their skepticism with you. I'm going to tell you, it's not easy work. When you start diving deep into your financial knowledge, you might find that there's a lot of emotions that are tied to it. It could be fear, it could be doubt, it could be frustration. Whatever the feelings that come up are totally normal. And I want to assure you that you're not alone in some of those emotional blocks that you have to navigate. And I want to encourage you that at the end of those feelings of the unknown is the aha moments. It's the excitement of lowering debt. It's the security and having retirement. All the good things are possible for you financially. Now, I have an amazing lineup of guests to share with you this season, and the stories of why they do what they do, and the passion behind helping their communities. I'm so grateful for my listeners, and I can tell that we are making changes for the next generation. I mentioned before that I co-founded Latina Brilliance with my amiga Giovanna. Inspired by this season and the desire to dive deeper into financial wellness, in March, we are hosting a mini Latina Brilliance Summit focused on finance. We will be having hands-on workshops led by the two amigas who invited me to FinCon, Adriana and Jasmine. So, mark your calendar for March 15th for a half-day workshop where we are diving deep, getting educated, and making positive moves towards our financial wellness. You can find all the info at latinabrilliance.com. Thank you so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast so we can get more ears listening to these stories and continue elevating la cultura. You can also comment on our YouTube video if you're watching online. I always like to hear from people and how they resonate with the stories that I share. Okay, enjoy the rest of the day, afternoon, evening, whenever you're listening. Y nos vemos next week with our first guest of season 11. Bye.